more than Saka. You get my home and you need to from my to see another day. Oh, my what so I have to celebrate. Never go by you, say the door, yeah. Never get by you, they the door, yeah. My boo, my we are one of you. The passer, your mother, the cow, you are the but my your leave for one chat. I step up the one and they track it. I'm worth it more than it, but say you. And if you need, well, my let me know if you say my body. You are chill, shaka, of your was it here more. Sunday, we call it Sunday, Sunday. What's the different? When chicken say, Go, so I said, I saw different. When chicken say, Go, so fussing. Now every day activities. 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 Now every day activities.
Randy, where you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh, no, Charles. Tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Flu Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price Store on Gala Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Easy, when you want some more, I provide. So we start to talk. Come on, so go into 20 pop, put in toto ichiki. Need a living sense in her.
Are you in search of a place you can get quality petroleum products? Well, I got news for you. Mayoba and Sons Incorporated is the company to meet all your petroleum needs. We are one of Liberia's leading importers and distributor of petroleum products on the Liberian market. We are fully capacitated to deliver your petroleum and diesel products anywhere in Liberia. Mayoba and Sons Incorporated, we do rental of dump trucks, tanker trucks, heavy equipment, D8, front loader, excavator. Our clearing and forwarding agency is fast, reliable, and can deliver your goods on time. Mayoba and Sons have improved the quality of reconstituted distributions and importation by financial institutions empowerment. Our head offices are located at the Garnersville Town Hall Junction on Barnesville Road and Freeport Sigma Compound on the Bushra Island. For more information, call us on cell numbers 0886 512-379, 0777-512-379, or 0777-255-030, or email us Mayoba, MAYOUBAHS @yahoo.com, or visit our website www.mayobaliberia.com. Our mission is to keep petroleum on the Liberian market stable, effective, and efficient. Our vision is that our presence be felt in the 15 counties with outstanding commitment. Mayoba and Sons, Liberia's pride.
Yo, hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to stop the surge of vigilante-side justice in this country, none of us will be safe. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death. we are seeing recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Simon.
Let's say a pleasant good morning to the peace-loving people of Liberia. Welcome to another presentation of the Print News. Today is Tuesday, the 18th day of June 2024. It's good to be here this morning, and it's good to be here with you to bring you stories making headlines in the print media. My name is Wendell Nimna, and I'm here this morning with Esther Daku. And so let me cross over to Esther and say a pleasant good morning. Esther, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Wendell. Good morning to all of you listening to us via our online platform, via the radio. It's good to be here again on a Tuesday morning.
All right, so folks, that's it. It's good to be here. And yesterday we sat on this radio, calling on the Ministry of Public Works to see how best they can make some intervention on the road there on Bourgeois Island. This morning is worse. This morning, if you look, I say, what is happening? What is happening now in the country? Trust me, it's like it reminds me of the days of war in Liberia, because you just see people bundle up on the street. What they're waiting for, transportation car, they can't get the car. For me, I was coming this morning. I got to Lokentown. Lokentown was blocked. So I had to make a U-turn to pass through Carway, get to Dixville, and that's how I made it to town.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
Dixville.
Yeah, I passed through Dixville this morning to come to work.
That's the longest route.
Can you imagine? And the thing that you would feel, the thing that would hurt you so much, you would just be burning gas like that. You reach so you would stay there for some time. Then later on, you say, let me change my mind. Let me make my way. So when you go on the other side to Lokentown, it's blocked. So when I got in from Lokentown Cinema this morning, it was no way because there were cars waiting there for hours. So I just, managed my way through, made a U-turn, and passed through Carway, Dixville to come to town.
Wow.
So you see,
it reminds me of when we had the same road issue with violence that we used to pass through Caldwell, come to town before we come to town.
So we the one having that issue now. So we're passing through Barnersville.
I tell you.
So those of you who are leaving Broadville, trying to make your way to town, don't use the main stretch. All right. If you want to go through the traffic, well, you can use the main stretch. All right. But to ease up yourself from that traffic burden, you need to pass through Caldwell. Don't waste your time to pass the straight road. That won't buy you a bother with it. Ready to stay on town. Before you get to Lokentown, you will start seeing the traffic ahead of you. So don't even waste your time. You leaving Broadville this morning, pass through Caldwell and get to town.
I don't know. I didn't take notice of any traffic around Jamaica Road to the bridge area where they got Studon Creek. I didn't notice any traffic coming.
No, you only know there's no traffic there.
Oh, okay.
The traffic is within the Jamaica Road belt when you're passing through Jamaica Road to pass through Lokentown. All right. That road, that certain part of that road is terrible. But the main stretch is a problem. So that's it. Those of you who are living across the bridge and you're trying to get to town, if you're passing through the main boulevard, you're going to bother with traffic. So to ease yourself off that traffic, you just need to pass through Dixville and you come to town. That's a nice stretch to use. All right. So that's the problem we're going through across the bridge. If nothing is done,
it's really sad that
if
you guys are not
done,
going through the issue because of road construction. You guys are going through it because the road is deplorable. And that's the worst one because you don't even know how soon it's going to be solved.
So it's just the beginning of what's going to happen to us that live across the bridge, because the mentality of the Joseph Waka people, they say we that live across the bridge, we are so George, we are people. So they ain't care. They don't want to know about our safety.
So we need to do something. If we can put together to do something about that road condition, some kind of way we need to do something to attract or to get their attention. That's the only way something will be done. All right, so we're here this morning again, Esther and I. We're hoping to join Gus there in the USA, but Esther and I will be bringing the online version of Front Page Africa newspaper
and the Daily Observer.
Okay, so let me do this a pre-birthday treat for a mother there in Canada. That's Mother Mary G. She will be celebrating her birthday on the 22nd of this month. So it's a happy pre-birthday treat for you, Mother Mary G. Is a pre-birthday treat coming at you from your grandkids, Nilsa Pratt, Nelissa Pratt, Nellie Pratt, Neil Pratt, your daughter, Dinah G., and also your son, Russell Philip Lyon Pratt, all wishing you, their mother and grandmother, Mary G. of Kitchener, Ontario, Canada. Happy pre-birthday to your mother. Your birthday is on the 22nd. That's your mother, Mary G. of Kitchener, Ontario, Canada. You will be celebrating, and your grandkids, Nilsa Pratt, Nelissa Pratt, Nellie Pratt, Neil Pratt, your daughter, Dinah G., and also your son, Russell Philip Lyon Pratt, all wishing you a happy pre-birthday. Your birthday is going to be on the 22nd, and I'm told you will be 80 years on that day. So it's a happy pre-birthday treat for you, Mother Mary G. So let's get to those stories from the online version of the Front Page Africa newspaper and the Daily Observer. Esther is going to bring us the Daily Observer newspaper this morning. So let's take our break, and then we'll be right back with you. Okay, let me just take a short break and be right back. Folks, welcome back, and let's take our very first story here from the online version of Front Page Africa newspaper. And it says here, former Liberia Council of Churches President Bishop Brown warns Bwaka Cone administration to dismiss ineffective officials or risk national decline. All right, that's the story there. Okay, let's get to a few lines of that story. Let's get a few lines of that story here, and let me see what I can get to it. Please, internet, just behave. Okay, so let's take a few lines from that story. Come on, man. What the internet doing in the morning? All right, so I'm trying to get to the story, but the internet is acting up, and so we will. Okay, I'm trying to get to the story. Hey, man, what's happening this morning? All right, I'm trying to get to the story, and the internet is not permitting me. All right, so let's see whether we can get it this time around. Okay, let's see whether we can get to this story. It's trying to pop up, and it's taking some time because of the internet. Liberia problem, there was small rainfall, then everything scattered. No internet, no this, no that. So that's it. All right, so we stay trying to get to that story, and I just don't know why this story is not popping up. Just don't know why. I just don't know why this story is not popping up this morning. Internet. The internet is acting up this morning. All right, so let's see whether we can get to some lines here. All right, let me see what's happening here and get back to you. Folks, that's it. You'll have to bear with us. It's not easy here this morning. We having internet issues, and I'm trying to see whether I can, find other means to get you the online version of the front page Africa newspaper. Okay, let's see whether we can get it from this end. All right, I'm trying to make. I'm trying to access this to get this first story. Very interesting story there by the former head of the Liberia Council of Churches, Cotto Brown. All right. Okay. So, Esther, what you do, just you take the lead with the reading while my internet, trying to get fixed up. So you can take the lead this morning.
Exactly. We will be looking at the Daily Observer online this morning. So you can stay with us.
As a matter of fact, we're just going to do the Daily Observer.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't know whether my internet will pop up. But in the meantime, we will just do the Daily Observer. If we have the time, we'll take some stories from the front page Africa online version. So Esther is going to bring us the Daily Observer. So
of
you
course,
want me? Okay.
This morning we will look at a couple of stories from the Daily Observer this morning. This is breaking story: Mobile Molu parts ways with CDC.
Mm-hmm.
We want to take some lines from this story. Let's quickly bring you details of what it is. This morning, the former chairman of the Congress for Democratic Change, Mobake Molu Jr., has resigned from the former governing coalition. The official resignation of Molu, whose chairmanship brought the CDC to state power in 2017, was contained in a letter addressed to the members of the National Executive Committee of the coalition. According to Molu, his resignation from the party gives him the space to focus on his civil society responsibilities. Okay? And this story was posted 19 hours ago. Below is the full text of Molu's resignation letter. The National Executive Committee, Congress for Democratic Change, Congo Town, Monrovia, Liberia, June 17, 2024. Dear ladies and gentlemen, I'm writing to inform you that a cross-section of the Liberian populace has chosen me as chairman and lead advocate of the Solidarity and Trust for a New Day. STAN is a diverse, non-political civil society and advocacy organization dedicated to eradication of impunity in Liberia without allegiance to any political ideology or party. Our overarching mission is to carve a new path for Liberia, free from the burdens of injustice, corruption, poverty, and hunger in the land endured with abundant natural resources. This opportunity requires that I devote my entire being to these noble causes, which I believe hold a promise for a brighter future. Notwithstanding, it also demands that I uphold the highest ethical standards to ensure that our actions remain impartial, moral, and non-partisan. Towards this end, I hereby turn on my resignation from the Congress for Democratic Change, effective immediately. I wish to express my heartfelt gratitude to the National Executive Committee, and particularly to the esteemed members of the Congress of Democratic Change for their unwavering support over the years that I diligently served in various capacities, including national chairman. Finally, I extend an open invitation to my numerous supporters, well-wishers, and admirers, as well as the larger society, to join me in my civil society initiatives as we work together to carve out a brighter future for our common patrimony. Yours truly, Moba K. Molu. So, folks, that's the letter right there, letter of resignation by the former CDC chairman. All right, Moba K. Molu right there. Let's see some more lines. I mean, some more stories this morning from the online version. UL in disarray, and this was posted 3 hours ago. UL in disarray. We want to take some lines from here, folks. Faculty, administration, and students clash over shutdown. Tensions have reached a boiling point at the University of Liberia as the Faculty Association Administration and student political factions find themselves embedded in a continuous standoff following the abrupt closure of classes. The situation, which began with the University of Liberia Faculty and Staff Association demanding the removal of President Dr. Julius L. Nelson and his administration, has escalated into a complex web of grievances and conflicting interests. The ULFASA, led by its president, Dr. Edna, joining calls for immediate leadership change that stems from unresolved salary issues and inadequate campus facilities and a general sense of dissatisfaction among faculty and staff. She also noted the unsafe working conditions exacerbated by students' protests, which often turned violent. We have reached a point where we can go no further, Johnny said in a statement over the weekend, demanding the immediate removal of Dr. Nelson and other members of his leadership. It is incumbent upon us as your leaders to alert you, and we will uphold the decisions you make. She added the administration has generated millions of dollars, yet students lack basic amenities like chairs, and faculty members are without essential teaching materials which deserve better treatment. Secretary General Eric T. S. Patton echoed these sentiments, criticizing the belated distribution of contracts to part-time lecturers. I am tired of the entire management team. Let's swallow Nelson and his team go, he declared. While ULFASA has urged all of its members to stay off the university campus and not to indulge in academic activities, the UL administration has called on all its staff and other workers to return to work immediately. The administration of Liberia the University of Liberia hereby advises all full-time and part-time employees to continue performing all academic and administrative duties to ensure a successful conclusion in the current academic semester. In keeping with the revised academic calendar, a statement signed by Chancellor Norris Twe, Vice President of the UL Relations, said on Sunday, towards achieving this goal, the UL administration informs all stakeholders, staffs, students, and the general public of the continuation of its normal working and academic activities, including teaching and learning on all campuses of the university. Twain noted that the UL administration is convinced that any move to the contrary is intended to sabotage and undermine the planned launch of the University of Liberia doctoral studies programs scheduled for this Wednesday, June 19th, as well as would have the consequential effect of interfering with the university final exams scheduled and its pending 104th commencement convocation, also scheduled to run from August 5 to the 17th, 2024. Folks, let's leave you there. Let's leave you there and look at more stories here this morning. Labor LRA embark on inspection exercise in 16 counties. Okay, that's one story there. Grief overwhelms ex-presidential leave at son's wake. And I'm told today is the funeral at the First Church on Aspen Street. And let's see some lines from here this morning. Let's see some more lines from this story was posted 3 hours ago. It appears very speechless during the viewing of the body. She appears very speechless during the viewing of the body ritual. Former Liberian President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was visibly overwhelmed by grief as she attended the wake of her son Charles E. Sirleaf at the First United Methodist Church in Monrovia late Monday evening. The 85-year-old former leader, known as the Iron Lady, was described as speechless and deeply affected by the sober occasion, moving swiftly out of the church in tears after viewing her son's body. The emotional scene drew support from family members, including the Sirleafs, Dawsons, and Bernards, as well as prominent political figures such as Councillor J. Fonanti Kofa, Speaker of the House of Representatives, and Jeremiah Pia, Minister of Information. Mourners outside a church expressed heart-wrenching sentiments, emphasizing the profound pain of a parent burying a child and a mother losing a son, sentiments echoed by many. This is so painful. No parent should have to bury a child. No mother should have to bury a son. Mothers are not meant to bury sons. It is not in the nature or natural order of things. A mourner was heard saying, Charles E. Sirleaf, who served as Deputy Governor for Operations at the Central Bank of Liberia, passed away in Accra, Ghana, after a brief illness on June 3rd, 2024. The funeral proceedings, including a viewing, a verdict, and tributes before the funeral service scheduled for June 18th at the First United Methodist Church, followed by his burial at Sirleaf's Jovan Farm in Montserrat County. Former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf shared her deep grief in social media, describing her son's passing as a profound sorrow and unimaginable loss. It is with profound sorrow that I share the passing of my beloved second son yesterday morning. It is always difficult for any mother to lose a child, and my heart itches with this unimaginable loss. Your thoughts and prayers are deeply appreciated during this incredibly difficult time, Madame Salih wrote on June 4 on her ex, formerly Twitter page. The outpouring of condolences from the U.S. Embassy in Monrovia, the mayor of Freetown in Sierra Leone, and others highlighted the impact of Charles Salih's contribution to Liberia's financial sector and his role in stabilizing the country's economy. The U.S. Embassy in Monrovia expressed condolences on behalf of the American people in a Facebook post. The U.S. Embassy wrote, "We would like to express our condolences to the family of the former president Ellen Johnson Sirleaf on the passing of her son Charles Sirleaf." The mayor of Freetown, Sierra Leone, Yvonne Aki Sawyer, offered her deepest and heartfelt condolences to Madame Sirleaf through a Facebook post. She wrote, "My mentor and friend, Her Excellency Madame Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, on the devastating loss of her son Charles, may his soul rest in peace and may God comfort and console Her Excellency Madame Ellen and her entire family." Mr. Salif was a prominent figure in Liberia's financial sector, serving as deputy governor, acting executive governor under the three presidents from 2004 to 2020. During his tenure, he was known for his efforts to stabilize the country's economy and implement critical financial reforms. Let's leave you there. You can grab a copy to read that in depth, or you can just browse the online version of the Daily Observer. Okay? Empowerment Squad or Squanders Hope Project targets 200 Liberian entrepreneurs. That's it, right? The Liberia ECOWAS Commission discussed National Biometric Identification Card. And let's leave that. Liberia tightens grip against money laundering, terrorism, financing. And that's good. Water everywhere. We have nowhere to go. GC Executive Director dismissal reinforced ex-Sierra Leone rebel commander sues advocates for wrongful prosecution. HPX welcomes Henrik King as country manager. Avonhole, Liberia. CU graduates, that's the Cottington University graduates, 765 this week. So far, so good. That's where we leave you.
So I'm still having some issues here with this internet. Let me see what I can, just bring us on. Let's see. Okay, but you have to keep playing the cash giveaway. All right? Yeah, keep playing the cash giveaway. All right, the Marilyn Griffiths is going to come to give away 2,500 Liberian dollars. So keep playing the cash giveaway. You know the process to follow. All right, so just follow that process, and then you win for yourself. That's 2,500 Liberian dollars. You dial *799#, and you get to option 11, where you will see Freedom FM. You click, put in the amount you want to play, 100 Liberian dollars or 70 USD cents. You put that in, your password or your PIN code, and then you send. All right, when we come back here at 12:30, Marilyn Griffiths will be here to give out, 2,500 Liberian dollars. So let's take Gus to greet the audience. They will come and take some more stories. Gus, morning. It's like Gus is not ready
Gus,
yet.
good
So
morning. Are you
let's
there?
let's
Can you
get to more stories. All right, Gus will come in later. Let's take some stories. Former Liberian Council of Churches President Bishop Brown wants the Boaka Core administration to dismiss ineffective officials or risk national decline. And that's the story here. So let's take a few lines from there. Let's get to a few lines from that story. Okay, here is it. We are there. Okay, let's get to it now. Let's get to that story. And I don't know what's happening this morning. Everywhere you turn, the internet's just acting up. All right, it says here, oh ho ho ho, oh ho ho, oh ho ho. Okay, it says, let me see this story. Hope I'm on it. And President Joseph Boakai campaign on promises to bring relief to his fellow Liberians who view him as a veteran statesman capable of delivering the change they long for. Under the Coalition for Democratic Change government, numerous public officials faced sanctions from the United States for alleged corruption, and reports of massive graft were rampant. The government was criticized for appointing incompetent partisans to public offices. Citizens were frustrated and wary of seeing their fellow Liberians die mysteriously without any actions taken. And continuation of this story, it says that when President Boakai, with his 40 years of public service experience, including 12 years as vice president, campaigned in 2023 with his resonant slogan, Think Liberia, Love Liberia, and Build Liberia. The majority of voters swayed towards him and elected him. However, less than 6 months into his presidency, his administration faces increasing criticism over what critics call his poor handling of state affairs. Bishop Carter Brown, former president of the Liberia Council of Churches, has recently voiced his concerns. Brown has taken a firm stance against what he perceives as early administrative blunders by the Boakai administration, cautioning the government against causing further suffering to the people. During the climax of the Greater Praise Week, held from June 10 to June 16 at the headquarters of the New Water in the Dorset Assembly in Broadville, Bishop Brown warned that the power to sustain the victory granted by God would soon dissipate if President Boakai did not remove those he referred to as forces of failure surrounding him. Bishop Brown stated some officials of ministries and agencies spend their working hours taking and posting pictures on Facebook. When will they do the government's work? It's a question he's asking. It doesn't make sense for government officials to engage in unnecessary arguments without producing any results. They must go to work. The problems of the children going to school, meeting health needs, and addressing hunger, among others, are present every day. Speaking on the theme, to God be the glory, unhindered, obstructed, with the sub-term victory turned into mourning, Bishop Brown expressed concern about the increasingly challenging governance process and the noisy environment just 6 months after a peaceful election and power transferred. Quoting 2 Samuel 19:1 to 2a, he emphasized the importance of working towards sustaining victory. He called for prayers for divine guardians for President Bwaka's decisions, reflecting on the peaceful 2023 presidential and legislative elections. Bishop Brown noted that prayers help prevent violence, chaos, and potential civil war. However, he now fears that Liberia is facing growing challenges, including increased homicide, intolerance, fiscal accountability, disagreements, incoherent public relations, and public displays of bigotry, raising concerns about the future viability of the rescue mission. President Bwaka officials have been criticized for prioritizing personal interests over their official duties. For instance, at the Liberia Drug and Enforcement Agency, LDEA, the Director General Abraham Kromah and two other top officials were publicly seen arguing and fighting, leading to their suspension by the president. Bishop Brown stressed the need for unity among the rescue actors, warning that eternal disagreements could distract the administration from its objectives. He compared the situation to the biblical story of Joab and urged political leaders to prevent victory from turning into mourning. All right, so those were the assertions made by Bishop Carter Brown, former president of the Liberia Council of Churches. Let's take one more story and then we can take our break. And this story has to do with the state-run University of Liberia. UL crisis deepens as President Bwaka intervenes to address leadership and staff concerns. The University of Liberia is descending into a crisis, prompting swift intervention from President Joseph Bwaka on Monday. At the President Bwaka's directive, the Board of Trustees of the University of Liberia convened and established a search committee for a new university president and to address emerging issues affecting the institution. A statement issued by the Vice President for University Relations stated that during an extraordinary session on the Capitol Hill campus, the board deliberated on forming the search committee. They also addressed concerns raised by the University of Liberia Faculty Association and the University of Liberia Staff Association in their joint resolution. During the meeting, the concerns of all university stakeholders, including faculty, staff, and students, were discussed. The board also received a report from the current president, Dr. Julius Sawolo Nelson Jr., covering the university's academic and student affairs, institutional development, planning, and its endowment with the trustees of donations for education in Liberia. Following these discussions, Board Chair Senator nominee T.H. Batikwa established a mediation committee with 5-point terms of reference. The committee is tasked with addressing issues raised by the stakeholders in the UL administration, and it's mandated to meet with the OFA also and student leadership on Tuesday, June 18, that's today, to find an amicable solution. The committee members include Dr. Aha Hassan Conte, former president of the University of Liberia, chair, Dr. Jaso Mali Jala, Minister of Education, co-chair, Mr. Richard B. Fowler, Government Affairs Manager of Firestone, Liberia, Honorable Thomas Romeo Kuya, Chair Committee on Education and Public Administration, House of Representatives, Honorable Dixon W. Sebo, Chair, Ways, Means, and Finance and Development Planning, House of Representatives, Dr. Augustine Collins, Senator Advisor to the Visitor of the University ex officio. The UL Board of Trustees has appealed for calm while the ACHOL committee meets with all stakeholders to ensure a smooth and effective resolution process. So far, so good. Those are all the stories we can take this morning from the online version of Front Page Africa newspaper and the Daily Observer newspaper. So again, before we go for our break, this time, before we go for our break, we'd like to remember our mother who is there in Kitchener, Ontario, Canada. That's Mother Mary G, who will be celebrating her birthday on the 22nd of June. And she's all the way there in Canada. So this one is coming her way this morning from her children, Dinah G and her son. That's her children, I'm sorry. Dinah G and Russell Philip Lyon Pratt. And also from the grandkids, Nelson Pratt, Nelson Pratt, Nellie Pratt, and Neil Pratt. They all saying happy birthday in advance to you, our grandmother and mother, Mary G of Canada, Kitchener, Ontario, as you get set to celebrate your 80th birth anniversary on the 22nd of June. All right, folks, so we have Gus. Gus will greet the audience, and then we'll take our break and come right back. Gus, morning.
Yeah, good morning, Wendy and Esther. How you doing?
We're doing good.
Good. Good morning, Liberia. It's Gus Kwama. Glad to be here.
All right, so folks, let's take our break and be right back with you.
Yo, hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to stop the surge of vigilante-style justice in this country, none of us will be safe. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing in recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Simon.
We want peace in Liberia. Peace in Monrovia. We want peace in Liberia.
Robbie, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh no, Charles, tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Exactly. When you want some more, I provide it. So we start to talk. Come on, go in deep and deeper. Put in thought to each key. Be like living sense in her.
Are you in search of a place you can get quality petroleum products? Well, I got news for you. Mayoba and Sons Incorporated is the company to meet all your petroleum
I'll be
needs.
back.
We are one of Liberia's leading importers and distributor of petroleum products on the Liberian market. We are fully capacitated to deliver your petroleum and diesel products anywhere in Liberia. Mayoba and Sons Incorporated, we do rental of dump trucks, tanker trucks, heavy equipment, D8, front loader, excavator. Our clearing and forwarding agency is fast, reliable, and can deliver your goods on time. Mayoba and Sons have improved the quality of reconstituted distributions and importation by financial institutions empowerment. Our head offices are located at the Garnersville Town Hall Junction on Barnesville Road and Freeport Sigma Compound on the Bourgeois Island. For more information, call us on cell numbers 0886 512 379, 0777 512 379, or 0777 255 030, or email us mayoba, mayoubahs @yahoo.com, or visit our website www.mayobaliberia.com. Our mission is to keep petroleum on the Liberian market stable, effective, and efficient. Our vision is that our presence be felt in the 15 counties with outstanding commitment. Mayoba and Sons, Liberia's pride.
Oh, folks, we are back, and we are back to stay. So we're taking our final break. We didn't take from our one of our sponsors, and we are obliged to take this break, and then we'll come back and talk to Gus.
Robbie, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh no, Charles, tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
So every other thing you heard in that ad is real. All right, the guys are very cheaper. Those of you who knows what I'm saying, you can attest to that. That yes, Winda is saying the right thing, because I usually go to Exeter's Best Price Store and purchase from them. The guys are very, very cheap. You take $100 to go and buy at Exeter's Best Price Store. It's like you're buying stuff for, like $500 stuff, because I don't know, other places you go, you will spend that money and get less stuff. But Exeter's Best Price Store, you go there, you spend less and you get more. All right. So, folks, we encourage you to always, patronize Exeter's Best Price Store, because it's a 100 Liberian-owned business, owned and operated by Mr. Henry K. Jackson. So let's cross over to the USA and hear from our man Gus. Gus, it's good having you back. Gus, are you there? Okay, it's like Gus is not around this morning. So there are a lot of issues we read this morning from the front page Africa newspaper. And we also read from the Daily Observer newspaper, and too many interesting stories. The one that has to do with the University of Liberia. The president has set up a committee, and he wants this committee, they call it the search committee. The search committee, their responsibility is to vet a new president for the job there at the University of Liberia, because the president feels that would be the remedy to the university problem, to have Julius Sablo Nelson removed and replaced with somebody else. That's the only way. All of the hulu we are hearing from the University of Liberia would never hear it again, provided a new president is appointed. So the guys are saying, we're saying these things. Some of you said, oh, these guys are a bunch of jokers. The same things we were telling you. We kept telling you about continuity. You said no. Joseph Boakai, with his 42 years of experience, he's the best person to lead this country.
Mm-hmm.
And not even 7 months, we see what is happening in the country.
And before, Wendell,
Mhm.
they made it look like it was the free education President Weah provided that was causing a lot of issues on the university campus.
Campus,
Now you're
exactly.
now you're paying school fees.
Yeah.
You enjoy the university now. Your boy.
So you see, sometimes when we said we feel for the
Really
common people, some of our papi there, some of our old man there who been crying, who have been complaining about getting money to get their kids into school. They are the one that are going through tough time.
Of course.
But some of you who we said it and you felt that was making a lot of lies to you, you didn't listen to us.
Mm-hmm.
See what is unfolding now at the University of Liberia. So Joseph Boakai said the only problem to students protesting, teachers putting down their chalks, the faculties having issues. Joseph Boakai said the only problem to that is when we remove the president and put in a new president. So he have already set up a committee, and that committee is going to do the vetting to have a new president, recommended, because they would do the vetting and the name of those vetted will be submitted to the president. And then the president would make the appointment or nomination. So that's how it's going to be. So Joseph Boakai said that's the only thing that can solve the university problem once a new president is appointed. So he doesn't care about the other issues, the bread and butter issues of the University of Liberia. All of the system that were put in place by the past government, he doesn't care about it.
Mm-hmm.
All he wants to do is to have a new president appointed. So we are here and we're watching. So let's see what when a new president come at the University of Liberia, this whole thing of protest is going to come to an end for good. Let's see. We here and we watching. And we also, Esther also read from the Daily Observer newspaper about the letter from the former chairman of the Coalition for Democratic Change. All right, he has turned in his resignation because he wants to, take on his tax in the civil society. So he has resigned his membership from the Coalition for Democratic Change. Our colleague Abu Sharif read that letter on the Freedom Morning Rise, and Esther just read from the Daily Observer. And we also listened and read from the Front Page Africa story about the former president of the Liberia Council of Churches, about Joseph Boakai and his administration. And this is what the story said. Let me read a caption for you. All right, let me get to the caption. Okay, so this is what he said. Former Liberia Council of Churches President Bishop Brown wants Boakai and Kun administration to dismiss ineffective officials or risk national decline. And one person that Joseph Boakai needs to call is the Minister of Public Works. That's one person. This man is being very insensitive to the plight of the Liberian people. Such a man cannot serve in that position Because if he cares for the people, the noise that we are making here every day, calling on the public works ministry to do something about our road. Yeah, I don't understand why the man is being so disrespectful, so insensitive. Because the thing that hurt me so much, you can't be paying your taxes to government, and you're not enjoying your taxes you're paying to government. So it's good that the Bishop Brown, who he was one of those critics of the past administration, it's good that he has realized that Joseph Boakai is having a lot of missteps since he took over as president.
Exactly.
All right. So Gus is back. So let's get Gus and hear from him.
My man, what's the talking point? I missed the talking point. So what's the talking point?
Okay, then I think you have to follow.
That's okay. Not a problem. I can follow.
So because we're talking a wide range of issues, something that has to do with the president of the University of Liberia, not the president of the Republic of Liberia, has set up a search committee at the University of Liberia to have the president replaced, because the president of Liberia is saying that that's the only thing that will bring the situation at the university under control if a new president is appointed. So he has set up a committee to vet, and make the recommendation for, the appointment. And another thing is the former president of the Liberia Council of Churches has come up to blast the Boakai and Co administration that those who are ineffective, those who are placed in position that are not doing their jobs, he should have them dismissed.
No, don't dismiss them. Jelly them small. Yeah.
Why you want it?
Hey man, my man. The people came to rescue. Jelly them small. Let it rescue small.
But it's like, my man, we can't be we drowning. The people who've come to rescue us, they are now we drowning. We can't be in the water here. People coming for help, and nobody coming to rescue us.
Exactly. The people supposed to rescue window.
Yeah,
so let them do what they're doing.
Yeah,
so you be floating.
That's it. You get that keep doing that small, my brother.
Keep your head up.
Yeah, you know what? First they say it was not 100 days. Now we passed 6 months. Even their own people they're saying you're gonna be waiting until 1 year gonna come, and then 2 years gonna come. They say you're way small, and then 3 years.
Then 5 years come. That's so much way small. That's 6 years, please.
Rescue Ramo finning gory. Rescue Ramo left the whole tree.
No,
but not easy, man.
My brother, it is comical. It is very saddening to see this country, Liberia. How people, all these people, look at what even the president, there is no country in the world, again, listen to this, no country in the entire world that consider themselves civilized, that a government is involved in administrative duties of the university of that country. Okay? Let me tell you, these people aren't stupid. I live in America. We have state-run universities. They have trustees that does those things. You see what I'm saying? It's not the government of that state that appoint the president of the University of Illinois State, and so and so. I challenge any educated person in that country that say they went to school in America whatsoever, and they're not standing in front of the president and say, Mr. President, that does not make any sense. Where in the world does the government have to appoint everybody? Even in education now, they have to say, I will say, or they have to say, rescue one, or whatever. I don't know what they're going to say. Yeah? Only in Liberia, where everything, the government have to put their hand in. Look, and this is all happening because the teachers are having issues. Okay? But listen, if you took care of the issues at the university, for instance, provide the funding that is needed for the university to be ran, we will not be there. Okay? But you don't provide those things. You complain about the last administration. You came in your first budget, and everything you have done has not had anything to do with any of the issues that you said President Weah was doing wrong. All you have done is this: appoint friends and relatives. But we told you guys it's the Unity Party way. They used to blame it on Ellen, but they're doing the same thing. You know, Madam Sally did this and that. These people are doing the same thing. They're appointing their relatives, their friends, their so and so in the same administrations. And then they complain about other people from yesterday. Look, man, these people right here are going to collapse. Trust me. Look, you know, I told you guys a long time, let's wait. Let's wait. You know, I remember my brother that one. I hope you're listening. The patience of waiting. That's what I learned in this country. Look, you see, where is the information the opposition gonna need? From within. Where is Matty Colley today? He's leaving.
Rescue Ramo.
What is John Malu? They're all leaving. Okay? Go down the list. You're gonna see. We already got on Dow Julon and then. Dow Julon they're quiet right now, right? Because they can't talk anymore because of that senatorial money they took. We're still waiting for them to come. They say they're waiting for information. Young Blikanga ain't coming. Trust me. Patience is a virtue. Look, all of your people, now I can laugh at some of you beginning because you watch Rambo. When you were watching Rambo, you see the man when the man said a how you call it trap or whatever. He wasn't rushing. Yeah? When he ambushed people, he wasn't rushing. Just wait. These people think it's 2005 when Liberia had just got out of the war. And I told everybody, LPMC, Finance Ministry, every ministry was not ran by Unity Party boys. It was ran by the expats. Anybody that remember, if you went to Finance Ministry, there were white people from Europe and all those people. They were running and writing all of those policies for us. All the fundings were coming from all those places.
Yep.
They did not respect the fact that President Weah was the first president in this country history, post-war, to be able to run this country by itself. And now they're starting to see the challenges that President Weah had to deal with, which is you have to generate your own resources. Nobody's just going to write you a blank check, no matter what anybody else says otherwise. But thank you. We'll be here. We'll watch Rescue Rambo. Rescue Rambo coming your jaw up. We'll put nuclear on him. Maybe
all right, so that's it. That's it.
For him.
So it's serious though. It's very serious, my people. Our country is sinking. Our country is going down. You know, Esther, sometimes look, this morning when I was on my way to work, you know, I thought we're fighting war in the country because you just see everybody just standing on the road, just bundle up. Everybody just, you know, like you heading to a nowhere. You know, you could see the frustration in the faces of the people. You have your money in your pocket, you can't get transportation car. People are just standing there for hours. I mean, I just don't understand. What would it cost the Public Works Ministry to say, look, these people are taxpayer money. Let's agree that they did not vote for us, but they are citizens of Liberia.
No, I don't think that's even what it is, Wendell. The people are inept.
Yeah.
Wendell.
Yeah, that's being insensitive.
Yeah. Because Wendell, how can you? Does somebody walk? Are you walking with a thing on across your head that say Wendell voted for the presidency? Huh?
I'll tell you.
You ain't walking with shirt that says CDC every day. You walking
every
with
day
marking or branding.
Yeah, say I voted for the person. You see me, now the person I voted for, so you don't face our role. I voted for the person, so you face our role. Can you imagine that? Wow, people are just people are suffering. People are suffering. People, and I almost got frustrated to go back home because seriously, I was making a U-turn to go back home, and something just told me when I just pass through Caldwell and make your way through Dixville. But it's not easy as we speak now. Just go there. There are people that are bundled up on the street. Some of them was trekking to come to town to work. I just feel for the students. The students that are supposed to be to school on time. and then getting sits in his office like nothing is happening. He feels that all is well because from his house to his office is paved, so he doesn't care. In less than 7 months, he sits on millions. All right, he sits on millions. He doesn't care. $22 million in less than no time is gone to the breeze. Joseph Boakai is telling us the remedy to the university problem is to remove the president and bring in another president. And one of the main critics, one of the major critics, I used to call him of the past government, Cotto Brown, the former head of the Liberia Council of Churches, is coming up now to realize that Joseph Boakai is not the right person.
It's too late for them.
Because he's telling us now they're sitting in their offices, they're arguing, they're fighting among themselves.
That's right.
know?
They're too late. Listen, you want it.
It's late now.
You asked for
There's
the
no
kid.
way we can do that. We're just going to be in it after 6 years.
You remember when we used to go draw water or you go break wood and the baby you want to show off. They said, my man, you on this size? He said, oh no, I can take that big bundle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put that big bundle on your head. We get halfway. You better take that thing home.
Then you start. Then you say my hero. Somebody, yeah, my hero.
You're taking it home. They ask for it. They have it.
You already know you get taboo here. Then you say them a poor kiss me bag on your head.
That is that.
You see that?
So they will feel it. They will feel it. Let them sit there. I know Liberian people have to feel it a little bit, but you know what?
I just, yeah.
That's
you know, Gus,
the only way they will
sometimes
respect the president, the former president. You know,
sometimes, Gus, I sit and ask myself. I say, look at me sitting here today. I don't even have the first dime. So think about people like us. If we broke, then just think about an ordinary person who doesn't have means to survive.
Right.
What they are going through on a daily basis.
Exactly.
So Liberia is sinking. If nothing is done, trust me, you will see a lot of bodies on the street every day because people going with hunger, no food, no nothing. I mean, it's just frustrating.
What's going to happen is, in the end, this president will have to make some decision, which he will, or where he's not capable of doing. He cannot take decisions. We know that. So what will happen is, in the end, he's going to be forced to, and he's going to be forced to in two ways. First way is going to be his health is probably just going to be deteriorating, where he's going to say, you know what, I can't do this anymore. And maybe his VP take over. The next thing is going to be people are going to get in the streets and tell them, look, we've had enough. That's going to be the next thing. But I truly believe the president's health is going to take a bad turn if he does not surround his people and have them do stuff, because the stress of the office of the presidency is it's not easy. Even in this America, Barack Obama, we saw it. A young man, when he took over this country.
The president is incapacitated. He's incapacitated. I mean, from what is unfolding, we can deduce that the president is unfit. He's not fit. So he's not in control. That's why you see every time they can have it, they're doing their own thing.
Well, they're gonna keep doing their own thing for now, because I haven't even heard their vice president.
Jeremiah Kompa, he's just a businessman. He run his business behind the scene just for the name vice president. Most of the BB trucks you see running with B. Martin, Western Cluster, they are all owned by Jeremiah Kompa.
There you go.
So just imagine that. How many times we haven't sat on this radio to complain about, the way how those guys drive. But we got the information that those trucks are owned by your own vice president. He owns those trucks. So you just pray for Liberia. We'll keep praying for Liberia. But our people are going through tough time. It's into the rainy season and homes are getting flooded. This morning I was passing somewhere. I saw somebody putting water out of the house. I said, it's just the beginning, because we haven't gotten deep into the rainy season yet. And just imagine what you people are going through. Those of you that houses are just low to the ground, it's so sad for us. These people are not thinking about how they can improve the living standard of the people of this country. All they're thinking about is to enrich themselves in less than no time. Oh, we start telling y'all, we all who going to live across the bridge, we need to do something to draw these people attention because we come here every day, we cry about the bad road condition, and nothing is done. So if we can do something to draw their attention to block that bridge, let all be that intern will be there. Nobody go across, nobody come to town, so they can do something about this road.
Wendell, I'll be listening on Facebook. I've got to go for a meeting. See you guys. Thank you.
All right. So we have a few more minutes, approximately 17 more minutes to be here. We can entertain your calls and read our comments. So we'll take calls today first, and then we'll go to the comment section at last. So 0776 104 104 086 500 104. The WhatsApp line is +231 86 500 104. Don't forget to keep playing the cash giveaway. You have $2,500 to win up to the time Marlon Griffiths will be up in here. So those of you watching us, you can drop your comments. We'll read them out for you too on the show. So let's take our first caller. Hello. Good afternoon. You have to be brief. You tell us your name and take 40 seconds because of time.
Yeah, my name is Prince Coley. I'm calling you from district number 16 to be precise around the Simple Bridge.
Okay, let's hear you, Prince.
Yeah, but thank you. Today, see, I'm not on the traffic. Yesterday, my two tires was red to like the entire road. I'm struggling how to get money to use the job there. I want to get another new tire to use. I don't know how the government taking to the other living across the world. I will not part of the country. I will not get part of the country. To cross from looking at you everything in correlation, it takes you up to 30 million. I think he said that's the red thing. If we can count out there, black and pretend anybody want to cut off the entire stuff from potential monoblock, who can practice that. Nobody come to us without going to them too.
Yeah.
Because you can get that one.
That's the only way. That's the only way these people will come to us.
Okay, stop in there. What other people, you guys get taking 10,000, we are suffering, and it's money.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Prince. Thank you. Thank you so much, Prince. Let's take another person. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. Tell us your name and make your point in 40 seconds.
We are calling from location as a talking heavy traffic, no way for me to go there.
So you drive? What you are passing or you driving?
I drive here 400 to give me the go to the traffic and I eat it.
Oh, don't waste. If my man, if I were you, if you have any chance, you can make a U-turn. You pass through Caldwell and get to town.
But the problem is the people are saying that no car can pass on outside the black the road, so only one way in, one way out.
No, but I passed through Caldwell this morning. There was no blockade.
Oh, you talk about Caldwell and
No, not looking down inside. I turned around and used the main stretch, came through Caldwell Junction and went straight to and passed through Dixville, and that's how I made it to town. I know. To even turn to where you are is difficult. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you. Let's talk to another person. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. How are you? All the other people called, they ain't give us feedback. Don't call with feedback. I don't want to cut you off, please. So I beg you, just turn down the radio. All right. What's your name and where you calling from? Go ahead. Let's hear you. You have 40 seconds.
Okay. I want to say that. I want to say that. What is the law that I think is the government I have now? What I was talking about was just now the real into the trouble, then they start to run away from there. So that we can go to Brown and say that I shut him off. That's it.
Okay, Carter Brown should shut his mouth, so says the caller. Let's talk to this person. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Welcome to the Print News. I'm here with Darlin Daku. What's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Vutu SK, and I call from a resident here in Caldwell.
Go ahead, let's hear you.
Yeah, quickly, we urgently need to speak, more definitely to the zoning officer of the Ministry of Public Works, because, the guys built too many stores on the drainage, so there's no way for the water to pass. So even though coming out may be another authority to call the attention of the government, but then the guys at the public work, they should start doing that work efficiently.
The only way we get the attention of the Public Works Ministry if we can make some. We need to block that road from and make sure nobody come to town, nobody go across the bridge, because the people ain't care about you and myself.
I agree, but for me, I don't believe that it should be the first alternative.
So what's the first alternative?
To see how best we can call on the Ministry of Public Works, call on the guys that are part of the zoning department, to see how best they can allow the guys who build.
And not the same thing talking about the zona people in from Public Works.
But then right now talking about setting on road blockage, even you yourself also going to be affected too.
Yeah, but if I affect that, I call for it. If I get my foot, I got my 2 legs, I can walk.
Okay, but then for me, I mean,
man, we'll not be going back and forth. Let's take another person. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, how are you? Yeah, welcome to the show. Let's hear your name and you take 40 seconds.
I'm calling for people.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Ryan KK.
Okay, let's hear you. Wow.
Wow. People came for so even if they want to go, they hold there again. When you can't get yourself for almost 30 to 35 minutes before you cross.
Wow.
They hold. No way to cross.
Wow.
Yeah, suffering. Seriously. Like you said.
Wow. Thank you, man. Thank you. Let's take the this caller. We go to Yeah, good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, my name is Peter Silian, calling from Manchester.
All right, please, you have to turn up down your radio or you turn it off.
Yeah, I'm fine already.
All right, go ahead. Let's hear you 40 seconds.
Yeah, I see this to the university of the during the 12 years when we saw that people given the United States have a president there, and then we see how issue with the team that they don't get up in the borough of video with the same problem. Although the Western Hour George Railway and Southern Nursing came in, we support the university running smoothly. So today, for Bota to come and set a team and saying that it should vote for a new president of the university, that which was the government, I think that's not an issue. The issue is the support. That what they need to do. And the fact of this, they need to sit clear base, they can work with Southern Nursing so that they can speak up and run the university. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's talk to Man CC. After Man CC, we'll go to Esther to take the comments. Let's talk to this person. Man CC, welcome.
Yeah, how you doing, brother?
I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, this is how to daddy Daku, and my brother, of course.
You still taking water from your heart?
My brother, we just trying what they play now, boarding for us out.
All right.
Yeah. It was like that. I'm sure we are there with every 2 years we agree about it, my brother.
It just starting. It just starting.
Every two agree with them. I bought me to tell Waka government thank you. They crooked government. They create for white color government and keep the power and keep the steal the resources of Nigeria. You telling us in the court to President not do anything. They say President was so good. I think I said it on this morning show and I think it on the show. Let me put this thing. The president can get right on. I think he was the president that for the government. Yeah, all the government did. The government will do best. Today, we see the government. I want to go to Robbie in the port. The government in the port. So it's about today, not in the port. But we are doing the same person. We are criminal. He was low. He was so good. Let's go. We are good. Now, so we are born now. We bring the best government ever before in the history of Nigeria. What we see today in the country. What we see today. Come and see Liberia now. How we going? We dying from poverty. The poor getting us in the country, nothing is to do about it. Even the justice system, he robbing the boss. They interfering with the justice system and worker government. They kill government will bring the power and they say, oh, what the best government today, they thought this.
what kind of government?
Yeah, our country. What is that?
I said, what kind of government you call it?
I think it's our government. I call it. I said Kiri government.
What they call Kiri again?
You don't want no Kiri? Okay, Kiri make cat. Yeah. Only what so much when they me what want to say to the people? What we want what that? That what we saying that you are insulting us. Even on the platform you are insulting you. They buy your government and this and that. They pay your money for their blood pay for their blood pay so the family going up for you. What was saying they politely tomorrow? A kid of us. A kid of us when the hour would say for the work out for them when they can't power to happy. And happy today. When we are paying their road, it's our local. So what people want today? They first are telling them, and our people for people that gave us to the country. Well, the LPRC are saying that, and the people LPRC, but when they were there, fully happy in their country. Without you yet.
Okay.
You witness to that. They're happy, but then we are also going to happy.
Thank you, Masisi. Thank you. We ain't got time. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so we're not taking any more calls because of time. My friend and brother there in the United States, Ralph Cooper. Good morning. Duete says Masisi. All right, so Esther, let's get the comments quickly. Then we just wrap up and go from here.
Yeah.
7 more minutes to go, so we're gonna do 7 minutes comments, and then we'll go.
Masisi making the comment section interesting. Let's begin here. We have Thomas Manley. He says, I'm watching from Focal Mission. We have Rose Russell says she's watching. Jeff Sei says, good morning, watching from Japan Freeway. Juju Wonwa says, watching from Johnsonville. Tio Tyree says, watching from Baltimore City. Sheikh Owizi Senwa says, I'm watching from Oro Gaytown Community. Noah Monique Bayu says, good morning from Minnesota. Jenkins Vani Mabandi says, following from Rapper Sports City, Grand Cape County. Thanks for the show. Is it possible we create a chat room for this program? And we have Duete. She says, good morning, family. I hope you guys are doing great this morning. We're sorry for the miracle around this morning. Melvin Carter says, the Lou problems is all political. It's all political, folks.
I think that Liberia University he meant.
Okay, the LU. Okay, let's see. Melvin Carter says, your role are not a priority. And we have Obomonabo Nimblin says, good afternoon, guys. I'm watching. And he says, hyenas take over JMB mansion.
Now that animal there, all in the mansion. Yeah, hyenas. Yeah.
And he says again, Joseph Walker surrounds himself with hyenas, rescue Rambo, Martin K. and Collie. Obomonabo Nimblin again says, the law should be treated as a common criminal. And
Kairos Gray says.
Yeah, and Yasa Sharif says it is so sad, Mr. Nimlin. And Goto NK City says, let the president call for the state of emergency and dismantle parliament or capitol building. And Obomonabo Nimlin again says Joseph Nima Bwaka isn't fit for the office. Ralph Cooper says, hello, Freedom Family. I'm watching from Denver, Colorado, USA. Duarte again says the Liberian people needs to stand up to the government. If they don't do it, it will be worth. Okay, that's it. Santina Cooper says, good morning, Freedom FM family. I'm watching from Denver, Colorado, USA. Melvin Carter says, I thought the we administration fixed that rule window. And then Zengzog, is that it?
What name is that? Zora says or Nika.
Zexor Nika says, I'm watching you guys from Accra, Ghana. Tina Cooper says, let Liberian people sit down and call for Sleeping Joe to go to heaven and come back to bring change to the country. Thomas Tobert says that would have been your best beat. I was going to dismiss you without delay, Nobody is ever the best for the country. What is Liberians doing individually to help Liberia? Because help Liberians help themselves getting away in the streets got us where we are today. Liberians damn poor. You cannot use the president's 90 is a thousand paycheck per year to put food on your table and develop the entire country without the support of Liberians themselves. You are calling for violence. What have you achieved? And the completion is not there. Gay Caesar Divine Grace Bison says, good morning. I'm following from Old and New Matadi Junction. Mahuru Chelsea
Let me
Soare
just,
says,
yeah.
good afternoon, with Esther. Thanks for the show. Watching from Congo Town, Nigeria House. What are you saying? What you are saying is the only solution when they're to block the road and we will draw the public work minister's attention.
Let me just address that Thomas
Thomas.
Tobert. Right, Thomas. Nobody
Sure.
is calling for violence. In the first place, we did not push for violence. Our issue here is to raise concern to attract the attention of the government. What we can do to do that is to put up a blockade. Is that violence? It's not. I don't know what's your definition of violence, but we are not pushing for violence. We are not violent people either. All right. So we don't push for violence, but we just want to call the attention because we have been crying here for days, complaining about the terrible condition of the Bourgeois Island Road. Nobody's saying that we must take Boaga check to come face Liberia. When you are in Liberia, I know what are you in Liberia, you answer Liberia. That Boaga check used to, the former president and check used to face Liberia. But that you the one I'm referring to. That when you are in the, I don't know whether you're in the country or you outside Liberia. I don't know whether you're part of the William Aratoba family. That your uncle check or your pa check used to face the country back in the days. We're not pushing for violence. We are not saying we want violence in this country, but we want to call on the attention of Waka and his team, so they can do something about the road on the Bourgeois Island, because the people that are applying that route, they are taxpayers. That is my concern, Mr. Tobert. Thank you.
Tina Cooper says, but the government is listening to the people so that the only solutions to block the road. Open one up on Nimle again says, thanks for the show, darling, and Wendell, and have a great day. Raf Cooper says, thank you, brother Wendell, for the show. Let God bless you and your family. Tina Cooper, okay, we have Raf Cooper 2 following. Duarte says, my CC, and she's laughing. Up on one up on Nimle say, Kili government, my CC. Duarte says, yo, please send me my CC number. And Tyrese Weah says, watching from one UN house, Pop Sinclair First Street. Gay Caesar Divine Grace Bison Training says, JMB that baby. Liberia will learn the hard way. Jane McBirth says, look, we understand that this government is not doing well so far, but some of the things you're reporting are doubtful. So, Man CC, your heart started leaking as soon as Baka took over. And Adama Gay Daniel says, good afternoon to you all. I'm watching you live from Old Road, Kalano community. Thanks for the show. Keep up the good work. Tenenchie says, me, whether this government go up and come down, I don't have any problem with them because I don't have any expectation for this government. Tio Tari says, in as much as the president refused to reconcile the country, that government will not succeed. That government will fail once the country is not reconciled. Gay Caesar Divine Grace Bison Jr. says, President Weah, we need your support to wake up Sleeping Joe if he will continue sleeping on our nation. Jared Timon says, good morning, Freedom Family. I following from Lagos, Nigeria. Duarte says, sorry, I meant to say worse. Cheneche said, how can I have expectation for an old man who spent 42 years in government and his own hospital was damaged like that? And finally, Andrew Malobi or Malop says, good morning. I'm watching for 72nd for the town. These are all of the comments.
Thank you very much, Esther,
time.
for reading the comments. And folks, that's all the time we've got to be with you on this edition of the program from the Print News. And we want to say again to Joseph Waka and his team, All right. The people on the Bourgeois Island, we are suffering every day. That everyday business. You listen to some of the callers, they are stuck up in the traffic for hours. It's not easy though. So put yourself in our shoes. If you are living across the bridge, how you're going to manage? You're going to use sharing too, like the justice minister, like the foreign affairs minister.
Who will allow it? Nobody will get him with to pass.
Who told you? When the man coming with Seren, you'll be in front of Seren, the black Seren. You can't do that. All right. So before we go, let's say happy pre-birthday again to our Mother Mary G of Kitchener, Ontario, Canada. Your birthday, your 80th birth anniversary comes on the 22nd. And your children, Dinah G and your Russell Philip Lyon Pratt. Your grandkids, Nilsa Pratt, Nellie Saw Pratt, Nellie Pratt, and Neil Pratt, all saying happy pre-birthday to you, our mother and grandmother. We'll be here tomorrow. Thanks to all of you for taking part on the show. Thanks for watching. And let's catch up tomorrow, God's willing, same time, same station.